people. So it is the morning of my 5K. I am super duper excited. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. It's kind of cold outside, but I just wanted to kind of, do a little video so y'all can see me on this journey. If you've been following my Instagram, you've been seeing just like some of my runs or some of my workouts. So today is the day and I'm excited. So I have to finish getting ready, but I'm getting ready to walk out the door so that I can go and do my 5K. I'll check back in.
Yeah, they could have asked her. Go!
Coach, you got this! You got this!
Hey good people, welcome to the rundown with Dr. Ciarrah. Today I am coming to you just after I've run my first 5K in like 5 years, and I'm super excited. It was super fun. It was a little chilly and windy outside, but my goal was to not stop and I was able to accomplish that, so I am super proud of myself. So today I just want to share a couple of tips with you on if you are thinking about running a race, if it's on your list of things to do for the year. I just want to give you some tips, especially when it comes to race day. So first things first, you want to make sure that you get a good night's rest. You want to make sure that your phones are turned off, you don't have any distractions, you're not worried about anything, you just go to sleep and you ease your mind. That's tip number one. You have to have some rest. Now, secondly, when you wake up in the morning, you want to make sure that you have some fuel so that you're able to get your run done. So I would just suggest eating something light for breakfast, get some water in your system, and make sure that you're hydrated so you don't get dehydrated while you're running. And even if it is a cooler temperature outside, you're still going to sweat, so you still need to make sure that your body has something to feed off of. Number three, you want to make sure that whatever gear that you have is charged. You want to make sure if you wear a watch, your headphones, your cell phone, whatever it is that you're using, you want to make sure that all that stuff is charged so you don't have to worry about anything while you're running. Now, one thing I think is important to make sure that your phone, if that's what you use for your music, you want to make sure that it's either on Do Not Disturb or airplane mode. Because you don't want people calling you while you're in the middle of your race. You don't want them sending text messages. I mean, you're not going to be able to look at it either way. So it's best to just turn all those notifications off until you finish your race so you don't get distracted. Now, when you arrive, so like today, there were so many people. I really wasn't sure of how many people would be running the 5K because I know the main event for the Houston Marathon is the actual marathon. So I just didn't think that there would be so many people, but you can look at some of the clips that I have and there were so many people there. They had it broken down, I think more so to like your pace, which was awesome. So you're kind of running the race with people who kind of run similar times as you do. So that was really good. And then also, when you first start out, there are a lot of people and everyone's just trying to get out so they can get into their groove of things. So I would say, in the beginning, you may start off a little bit faster than you normally run just because there are so many people, but don't feel pressured to run fast because you see everybody else around you. You have to know your pace. You know that you prepared for this race, so you have to go according to how you've been training. Typically in a race, sometimes people actually go a little bit faster because there's so many people around. But I would say whatever your goal is, stick to that goal. If your goal is, I just want to make it to the finish line regardless of what my time is, then go for that and don't worry about anything else. If your goal is you don't want to stop, stick to that. Just keep going, keep pressing to the end of your race. Now, even if your goal is I only want to walk one time or only want to walk 2 times, whatever it is, you can do it. I saw people from maybe 8 or 9. I'm not sure on what the age is to be in the race, but I saw people who were younger. I saw people who are a lot older. I saw people who needed assistance while they're running. I mean, whatever it is, if it's on your list of things to do, I say go for it, because when you get out there, you'll see so many different people and you're like, they're inspiring, because it's like, if they can do it, I certainly can do it. And it's super fun. You have so many other runners around you, so many people who enjoy running just like you do. So it's like, you know what? I can do this. Now, also while you're running, there's several stations, and it also kind of depends on how long your race is, but there were some stations. I saw water and I saw Gatorade. There were bathrooms, like porta potties along the way that people could stop. So it's like you don't have to worry about all those things. I mean, definitely you want to try and go to the bathroom before so you don't have to stop, but I feel like there were anything that you needed, it was there. So, you know, we ran the race. The Houston Marathon, they actually provided some gloves, not the day of, but when we picked up our package, they had gloves, they had sunglasses, they had like a bell, they had little signs that we could hold up. They gave us a t-shirt. I mean, all types of fun stuff that people really like. You know, everyone likes free stuff when it comes down to a race. So that was really cool. And me particularly, I was cold. So I did end up running with my gloves on, but about halfway through, I started getting hot. Well, my hands started getting hot, you know, my sweating, my body temperature is up. And so I did remove my gloves. I didn't remove any other clothing just because it was so cold. So I would not advise, if you're running and you're sweating, even if you're sweating, just try to keep all of your layers on till you can get to like a warm area and remove them. I felt like it was just a good atmosphere. So even though I was a little bit tired and I wanted to stop, I just kept going. There's so many people along the way who are like cheering you on. They had the mile markers and letting you know where you were, and they had timers there as well, which I think is really important for me. I need to know how much longer I have before the race is over. So that was awesome. Another tip is after, when you finish, you have so much adrenaline going and you know, you're so excited, you just finished the race. First things first, I would say, do not just stop. Like, just try to walk around a little bit, get your heart rate down, try to get your control of your breathing. I know you've been running, so your heart is like super fast, but you don't want to just sit right down immediately. You want to cool your body down, do a little post stretch in there. Don't remove any layers if you're super sweaty and it's cold outside. You just want to make sure that your body is all the way cooled down before you start removing layers, and hopefully you're in somewhere, an area that's warm. Now, they provided like post food, I guess, if you will. So we had a little ticket. We were able to get some bananas. They had granola bars. They had water. They had chocolate milk. So they provided so many things just to kind of make sure that you were able to put something back into your body. They had little stations that were set up where you could take photographs. They had a bell that you could ring. If you hit a new PR, you could take a picture there. It was very, very, very fun. It was just a good atmosphere. It's a lot of people running. I mean, you saw people running even after because they're still getting ready for the race. Like, that's tomorrow. So that was, you know, very cool to see. Kudos to anybody who can run the half marathon or the marathon. In my mind, it's hard for me to fathom running for 4 hours. It's never been one of my goals, and that's fine. If that is what you do, I definitely say kudos to you, because it is definitely challenging to run for that length of time. It's definitely something that you have to train for. So if it is something that you want to do, I say go for it. I mean, that is a huge accomplishment to be able to say, I ran a marathon, I didn't walk, or whatever it is. Even if you do have to walk, it's an accomplishment to get 26 miles done. I think about it when I'm in a car, I'm like, I just don't understand how people can physically run for that length of time. But overall, I really had an awesome experience today. It was probably the biggest race that I've run. I've run 5Ks and 10Ks before, but I never ran one that was this big, and I would definitely encourage anyone who is thinking about doing it. Obviously, you know, 5Ks are a good way to kind of get your foot in the door. And if you don't want to do a race that has so many people, I'm sure there are smaller 5Ks that you can do. You can do a fun one. I mean, I've done a color 5K before, and it's just fun. It's just something to kind of get your feet wet, just so you can see you know, what the atmosphere is like, how it is with running. You just have to find your pace, and, you know, running around people, it can get a little bit crazy. But overall, I think if you are motivated and it's something that you want to do, I would 100% tell everybody to just go for it. It's just a good feeling, especially if it's something that you've been wanting to do for a long time. I know with the pandemic, people weren't able to run for the last couple years, and I'm sure that had something to do with why there were so many people today. But overall, you know, it was just a fun, positive atmosphere. Everyone was just ready to run and go. I mean, and even in the beginning, some people like ran for a little bit and walk. I just saw all different types of things, and I'm just like, everyone did amazing, because first off, you had the courage to go out there and do it, and then you're doing it, you're in the race, and I feel like I felt great after I was running. I mean, I was tired, but I just overall felt great. It's something that I hadn't done in a long time. I wanted to, you know, just prove to myself that I could get back out there and do it again. So anybody who has maybe run some in the past and you're like, oh, I've kind of got out of my running routine, if you are committed to it, you 100% can get back out there and do it again. So that's kind of all that I have for y'all today. I just wanted to come and talk to you, give y'all some tips about some of the things that I, you know, got ready for race day. I think it's important that, one, you know, you rest, you train, you make sure that you have all your gear, you eat right, you get your sleep in. You just want to make sure that you're prepared and you don't go out there just cold turkey. Sometimes people think that they can do that, but you know, it's a little bit different once you get out there, and everybody is different. So you may be able to do that. I just know it's something that I was not able to do. I had to train for my race, and I maybe could have trained more, but I was happy that I was still able to do my race, not stop. I had a great time, got some cool pictures in there, and it was great. I don't know necessarily if I need or feel that urge to do it again. I think there was just such a big gap in the last time that I had run a race, and I just wanted to get back out there and do it again. I mean, I can say, you know, I've already checked off that, but it just had been such a gap, and I just wanted to say, hey, you can do this one more time. And so I don't know about a next race. I just want to be consistent with my running. I think that's my main goal. I want to just obviously stay healthy, but I think that running is my way of like getting, you know, my exercise in, releasing whatever stress or tension that I have. So I think that was just a good overall experience for me to just get back out there, since it's been such a long time. And this time around, I was able to have my son. He was able to watch me, so that was cool. I mean, he obviously doesn't kind of get the point of all of it, but he's just like looking for me to be the first one. Mommy, did you get first place? Did you get fifth place? I was like, Mommy, just finished the race. That's all that I did. And so, I mean, he was excited. He had his little bell out there, and he's cheering for me. He had his little sign. So for me, all of those moments were super special memories that he was able to see me run. And so I would just, again, encourage anybody, if you are looking to have that same feeling, find in your area when the next 5K is. Find you a running buddy. Get out there, start practicing your runs, start running in different temperatures and climates, because you never know what the weather is going to be the day of the race. This is Houston. Yesterday, before the race, it was 75 degrees. So it was very nice. And I was hoping that we would have that great weather. But then the next day, today, it was very windy and it was colder. It was about 55 degrees. So that's why I say it's important that you just have to make sure you know how to run in any type of environment. I will be very honest. If it rained today, I was not going to run. And I just kept praying. I was like, please do not let it rain, because if it rains, I don't want to run. And I just didn't want to, you know, throw away everything that I had been preparing for the last couple of months. So I was very happy. I'll take cold over rain. I just didn't want to be wet and running, and it's cold outside. That's definitely how you get sick. So I was very happy that the weather was manageable. I didn't really feel cold once I started running. I mean, you also have to make sure that you have on layers. Like I had on a long sleeve shirt, and then I had just like over this pullover, my socks, and you make sure you have your good running shoes. And I definitely would encourage you to not switch up your running shoes before your race. Like, yeah, everyone wants to take pictures. You want to look nice. But don't go get a brand new pair of shoes just before the race. You want to make sure that the shoes that you've been training in are the ones that you run in. You don't want to have to worry about breaking in a new pair of shoes or, your feet hurting during the race. That's definitely not something that you want to do. So don't try anything new right before the race. Stick to what you have been doing so that you will feel comfortable and everything will be familiar. So I hope that my experience of my 5K will help, whoever may be trying to get out there. You're not sure if you want to. If you have any questions at all, just text me. If I didn't cover something that, happened today, I am more than willing to answer those questions. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. We have given you so much content over the last couple of weeks of, how you can run in different temperatures and how to make your runs easier. So I really hope that these videos are helping you on your running journey. And if there's something in particular that you want to see, send us a message so that we can look over those topics and see, if we can address them and talk and have a video about them. So I will see y'all next time on the Rundown with Dr. Ciarrah. Bye.